Words have power. Power to build, encourage, create, and transform. But words can also diminish, devalue, deceive, and destroy. It's time to consider the human response to various situations that are powered by words. There are some words that, over the last maybe couple of decades, have changed. Well, it's not that the words have changed, but the meaning, yes, the kind of connotation has changed. I remembered something that you said the other day. You mentioned a phrase, hurt people.
Yes.
Can you, just share a little bit about hurt people?
I think I'll start by saying this. Can you give what you do not have?
Well, I suppose the answer to that is no.
Exactly. So if all you have is hurt, all you're going to be able to give is hurt. And that's what that means. So if you're hurt, you will hurt people. If you're love, you will love people.
Okay, but hurt, how do people actually know if they're hurt?
So I think we should even backtrack a little bit and say hurt people hurt.
Okay.
Before you then add people, right? So the hurt people hurt already, right? And you could hurt in different ways. Some people is from some kind of grief or loss or betrayal, deception, all kinds of different ways. And the meanings we also give to things, make us hurt in different ways. And so if I'm hurt, that's all I'm going to be ever able to give.
You're right. You can only give what you've got.
Yes.
But supposing you don't actually know that you haven't got something, or you know that you have it, but you don't know how to deal with it.
I personally don't think you can help yourself out of hurt. I think you need help. If you're sick in the body, you go to see a doctor. If you're sick in the mind, who do you go to see? So naturally, you cannot help yourself. You can't. If, for example, is a loss of a dear one, you need to go through grief therapy. Because you don't just, even if, yes, you can speak to somebody who has lost someone before and they can share their experiences, we all grieve differently. We all heal differently. If you, for example, need to forgive somebody, it's a process. It's not just to say, I forgive. It doesn't just work that way. There's more of an internal process you need to go through for it to then really take roots.
I'm sorry, but I have to come back to this point.
Yeah.
You can go through the process if you know that you are hurt.
Yes.
But there are a lot of people walking around, doing their normal business, going to work, going to school, whatever, who are hurt. Yes. But they don't know that they're hurt.
So one way you can actually, you're able to pick that you're hurt is self-sabotage. And so I used to have a friend who would know that this thing I'm about to do is going to end up like this and go ahead and do it anyways, because they didn't know any better. So sometimes, another way is someone else will point it out to you.
Okay.
If you're a complainer, if everything you see is negative, there's something wrong. If you never can see the positive in people, there's something wrong, right? So that's another key way to know that there's something wrong with you. People will either point it out, or you just find out that you're just not genuinely happy.
Okay, so these are signposts. These are indications or indices that someone is hurt.
Yes.
Okay, now it seems to me as if it could be a never-ending cycle, because hurt people hurt, and then hurt people must also hurt people.
Because that's all they have. That's all they know. If they knew any better, they'll be doing something better. So if I feed hurts, for example, I plant a seed of hurt and I'm watering it, and every day I come look at it, speak to it, water it, feed it, it will grow. And when it grows, what seed? Can you plant an agbalumo seed and expect apple fruit?
Yeah.
It's impossible. Yeah. because God is a God of process and structure.
Let's flip this.
Yes.
If hurt people hurt people, can we say then that loved people love people?
I will swap that around and say love people, not loved people.
Okay.
Because the fact that you're loved does not mean you have love.
That's true.
Right? So love people. Because if you cut me open, blood will come out because I'm human. If you cut me open and I say I'm love, and you cut me open, then love will come out.
Okay.
So love people. Yes, because that's all they have.
All right. So in conclusion, we can say that we have two cycles.
Yes.
And actually we have two choices.
Yes.
So it's either hurt people, hurt people, hurt people.
You keep hurting people.
Or love people, love people, love people.
Yes. And I personally also think that a lot of us are, if not all of us, have some kind of baggage in our lives. Because I say that we are victims of victims that were born by victims of victims. So it's a vicious cycle or circle.
That's another.
You know, so if especially in Africa, even maybe not even just in Africa, because we're not wholesome beings, when we bring children to the world, we're going to pass that bitterness and that strife and all the things in us into our children. We have more monologues than dialogues with our children.
So that's how the hurt.
So the hurt comes, yes. And children give all kinds of meanings to things.
Well, I don't want us to end on a negative note.
Yes.
So
Love people, love people.
Love people, love people.
Absolutely.
Oh.
So be love, and then you'll be able to give love.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Thank you so much
You're very welcome.
for joining me in my garden today.
You're very welcome, and I enjoyed myself. Thank you.
Thank you.